Hello and welcome to your favorite cloud learning channel, Cloud Expert Solutions. And welcome back to AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate Certification Bootcamp. In this module, we are focusing on a top tier solution for business continuity, AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery or DRS. AWS DRS is essentially the easy button for your disaster recovery, ensuring minimal downtime and data loss for most critical applications. Now let's review the roadmap for today's session. As usual, we will start by reviewing at what problem does AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery resolve. Then we will review high-level overview of AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery, followed by how disaster recovery works, what are the use cases and where you can use AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery. We'll then review two exam style questions to lock in your knowledge, and as always, we'll finish up with a quick summary and key takeaways for your certification preparation. AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery Service is abbreviated as DRS. Throughout the session, we will use this terminology interchangeably. On behalf of the Cloud Expert Solutions team, I would like to thank you for joining us and selecting this bootcamp. And I promise this session is going to add a lot of value for your AWS certification preparation and to your day-to-day life as a solution architect. Let's jump in. The core problem DRS resolve is the historical pain of disaster recovery. Traditionally, building a secondary DR site was incredibly expensive and complex to maintain. You had to buy hardware, manage replication, and keep everything in sync. With conventional backup tools like Vim, it would be very expensive. They will have proprietary encryption format and a lot of management overhead. And even then, failover was a manual and scary process. On the other hand, businesses needs very fast RTO and RPO. Here we are talking about minutes, not hours or days. AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery automates the entire headache. It provides a cost-effective managed service that constantly mirror your data to AWS, dumping in a low-cost standby state until you need it. Now let's review what is DRS at its core. It's a highly scalable managed disaster recovery service specifically built to meet your RTO and RPO requirements or minimize downtime and data loss. It works by continuous block level data replication, very similar to how the application migration service works. The benefit of Elastic Disaster Recovery is the cost model. It uses a minimal infrastructure in the AWS staging area until a disaster actually happens. AWS manages the replication infrastructure, and this aligns perfectly with the pilot light or warm standby DR strategies. We discussed all those DR strategies in our previous module. It's also agnostic to your source environment, working whether your servers are physical on-premises, virtualized, or running in another cloud. It works seamlessly and helps you to create an off-site backup for your critical applications. In terms of sources, you can replicate data from your on-premise data center or from other cloud hyperscalers or even from one primary AWS region to your DR region. You can easily perform non-disruptive tests to maintain DR readiness and periodically perform non-disruptive recovery and failback drills. If you need to recover applications, you can launch recovery instances on AWS within minutes using the most up-to-date server state or previous point-in-time backups. After your applications are running on AWS, you can choose to keep them there, or you can initiate data replication back to your primary site when the issue is resolved. You can fail back to your primary site whenever you are ready. Now let's trace the flow and understand how AWS DRS or Elastic Disaster Recovery Service works. The process is same irrespective of your source system. For this example, let's assume our primary site is our on-premises data center. First, you will install a lightweight DRS agent on your source servers, say your on-premise e-commerce servers, and this agent immediately starts a continuous real-time data replication to a low-cost storage within your target AWS region. When a disaster strikes, you jump into DRS console and hit launch recovery instance, as simple as that. AWS automatically launches full-sized EC2 instances using the most recent recovery point, which could be taken a second ago. Once the instances are running and verified, you can cut over your DNS record and your application is back online in AWS. By this time, I believe you have realized the use cases of AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery Service. Now let's review a few from the many possible real-life use cases of AWS DRS. To start with, it's the ideal hybrid cloud DR solution for protecting critical on-premises databases like SQL Server or Oracle. It is also perfect for multi-cloud strategy. You can use AWS as the robust and reliable DR target for workloads running either in Azure, on-premises, or even in GCP cloud. It will help meet strict compliance requirement for automated failover testing, and it will reduce your application's RPO and RTO value. And last but not least, you can also leverage the continuous backups and recovery points to spin up isolated test environments on demand without impacting your live production environment. Now let's review some certification tips, and this is a key comparison for the AWS certification. You should understand when to use DRS versus Database Migration Service DMS and Application Migration Service AMS. To start with DMS, Database Migration Service is specifically for migrating databases, usually for a planned database migration event. In terms of data types, we migrate data and perform schema conversions for a heterogeneous data migration. Moving to AMS, Application Migration Service. This is for one-time planned lift and shift migration for your entire application server, which leads to a single cutover event. In terms of data types, here we migrate the entire server, including the guest operating system, or even for a physical server, the host operating system, its configurations, and also the application attributes and application configurations. Moving to our last service, AWS DRS or Elastic Disaster Recovery. This is for any unplanned disaster recovery event. It is about maintaining a constant state of readiness and execute a rapid automated failover in case of a genuine outage. As DRS and AMS works alike, that is why the data type is same. For the certification exam, you should remember DRS is the active always on DR solution, whereas Application Migration Service typically for a one-time migration project. Now let's review some exam style questions what you may encounter during the certification exam. The question is saying a company needs to protect its mission critical on-premise SAP system. The recovery time objective or RTO must be less than 15 minutes and the recovery point objective or RPO must be less than 5 minutes. The solution needs to be cost effective using minimal resources in the cloud until a disaster occurs. Which AWS service should a solution architect recommend? Now, if you observe the keywords, it has mission critical, low RTO RPO, and cost effective minimal resources. Now let's review the answers. We have AWS Backup, AWS DMS, AWS AMS, and AWS DRS. I believe you have already understood the answer. If not, you can pause the video here and you can figure out what the correct answer is. Once you are done, you can join us. To start with the option 1, AWS Backup. AWS Backup cannot meet the RPO value for an on-premise system. Here, the application server is on-premise. That is why AWS Backup is not the correct option. AWS DMS is only for database. And AWS Application Migration Service is for one-time migration. It's not for continuous replication. Moving to our last option, AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery, it fits all the requirements mentioned in this question. That is why option D is the correct answer for this question. Here is one more question for you to try. You can pause the video here, review the question, identify the key words and then post your answer as comment to this video. You can optionally post your supporting logic for the answer and I will highly encourage you to do so because Cloud Expert Solutions team will be able to help you to find any gaps that you may have. If you are not sure about the answer, please review the module one more time and let us know if you need any further clarifications. Cloud Expert Solutions team is always available to help you. That wraps up this module. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more AWS exam preparation courses and cloud certification bootcamps. Got questions or feedback? Drop them in the comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for learning with us at Cloud Expert Solutions. You are now one step closer to crushing your exam. See you in the next module.